welcome back. As you know, it's garden season and I have made this delicious zucchini pineapple 2 years in a row, and I still have a lot from last year, so I figured let's go ahead, let's use some up. It is Sheltember after all and pantry challenge season, so let's make some delicious meals. Plus, this is great to be able to look back on and be like, how did I use that again? Because it is a little bit of an odd ingredient. So if you didn't see me make this, I will link that video for you, but we are going to get started on some chicken. So I'm going to start by sauteing some onions. This is already preheated. Just make sure that's not too hot. I'm going to add a little bit of butter and then get our onions straight from the freezer into there, because why not? That was perfect timing. And I like to just keep onions in my freezer ready to go. So those are going to take a little bit to saute, and what we're making here is a delicious Hawaiian chicken, and I'm going to make a few meals today. Okay, so this Hawaiian chicken, I'm going to use this shredded zucchini pineapple. It'll add a little bit of zucchini into the mix. The recipe calls for pineapple juice, but I figure adding a little zucchini isn't going to hurt. This is going to be meat for like a sandwich, and so I'm going to actually make some Hawaiian rolls as well, and using the liquid from a zucchini pineapple that's not shredded. So I'm going to use cubed and I'm going to use shredded, just in different recipes. So while this sautés, let's go over and make the dough. This recipe starts with a 1/4 cup of melted butter, and then I need a 1/4 cup of warm water and a 1/4 cup of milk. So I'm going to get 1/2 cup of water, and we're going to use some powdered milk. Okay, I've got a little bit of milk powder there. It calls for a little bit of vanilla, which is very weird to me to put vanilla in here, but we're going to do it. We need 1/2 cup of pineapple juice. So I'm going to get this measured out. We're going to save the zucchini pieces for another recipe. Ooh, whoops. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're spilling. Okay, that's 1/2 cup. You didn't see that, but of course we had a little spillage there. Get that in here. Whoa. Okay, we need 1 packet of instant yeast, which is not instant yeast, active dry yeast, which is a little less than a tablespoon. And then I am going to mix this in and let it proof. And then after that, we'll add the rest of the ingredients. But I need to get back to the onions because I think they are done sauteing. Okay, so let's see. These have sauteed so quickly. You know, I think I just put it on high. I think I probably should have put it on low, but oh, they smell so delicious. We are going to add in all of the zucchini, a little bit of Worcestershire. So we are making the sauce, and I might need to do a little bit more of the sauce. We're going to do a little cocoa aminos or soy sauce. And I'm just eyeballing and going with my heart, but there are measurements in the recipe, and I will link the recipe below for you. This is ketchup. You know, I should have added garlic in first, but better late than never. Bunch of spices. We've got some salt and pepper. Onion powder, decent amount. Garlic powder, even though we just added garlic because I like both. A little bit of ginger powder. And I'm just going to add a little handful of brown sugar. We are going to mix this up, and then let's see, do we think that we need thinking of if I need more of the pineapple juice, and I think I am going to add the rest of the pineapple juice from this one, and then we'll just use the zucchini in our other recipe that I haven't told you about yet. Okay. Now I was supposed to probably put in some flour already to thicken this, but I did not. Ooh. So here's what I've decided to do instead. I just got some flour and water and I'm going to mix it together, and then we will add this in instead of doing it like a roux, and that'll work out fine. Oh, it smells good. Mix that in. So all that this needs then, oh, I got that vinegar smell in my nose, is going to be our chicken going in, which, you know, I bet I could taste it to make sure the flavor is good. Oh, that flour clumped up. I didn't want it to do that. Well, maybe I should have made that thinner. I'm going to turn the simmer function off, and we need to get our chicken in. Just going to use 2 packages of chicken thighs, and I'm not going to cut off any of the anything on them. They'll be fine. Okay, I just want to get this chicken covered, and then we can set this to the side and put it on slow cook. Oh, I forgot to taste it. Well, too late now. We'll taste it later. It looks delicious though. And also, like, if I didn't know there was zucchini in here, I wouldn't be able to tell. I'm almost like, where is the zucchini? Yeah, you can barely tell. Perfect. Okay, let's go get this on and go back to our bread. Okay, I should have put the sugar in there already, but I didn't. We did have a little bit of sugar in with the pineapple juice though. Okay, so I'm looking for 1/3 of a cup, and I didn't see one, so I'm just gonna do about 1/3 of a cup of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I forgot these eggs. We're gonna get 2 eggs in here, and then 4 cups of flour. Good thing I took those out. I would have forgotten them all together. So we got ourselves a nice little brioche dough. I'm going to use bread flour because I have it and I need to use it and we're making bread, but I'm probably not going to buy bread flour again. I don't find it to be superior to all purpose for anything that I've made so far. Okay, and I'm going to go a smidgen shy because we can always add more flour, but we can't remove. So let's get this a mixin'. Okay, that's been going for 3.5 minutes. Feels great. I'm going to get it off of here. Smells good too. Okay, let's get this up so I can get a little bit of oil in. It is a little sticky, but that is the way to make a delicious soft roll. Add a little bit of oil. And I was looking at the next recipe that I'm going to make, which is a curry, and it calls for coconut milk, and I have coconut milk that should be here some point today. This is actually, I'm filming this before I've officially started Pantry Challenge, and this is my final order that's coming in. So I'm like, do I start the recipe and then wait for the coconut milk, or do I just use like coconut milk that's not from the can? Still thinking through all that. Okay, get this covered. And we need to let this rise for a few hours. Okay, here's what I've decided. I'm going to just start on this and hope that the coconut milk comes while I'm cooking, and if it doesn't, then I'll just use the coconut milk from the fridge. So I am going to, oh, I already opened that. Where did I put the lid? There it is. Okay, I don't have coconut oil, so I'm gonna use some avocado oil. We'll get some onions in there, get those sauteing. I'm also going to throw in one of these pucks of garlic. And I'm debating on, do I want to saute those first, or do I want to put the chicken in and do it all at once? But while I debate, I can open all these up. We have our pineapple that we used the juice for the rolls. We're going to use the actual pineapple for this dish. I got out some mushrooms and some canned carrots. Going to drain them. Okay, I've got those all in this jar. I'm thinking I need more well, I was going to say I need more vegetables, but this is vegetables too. Okay, they're both vegetables. We're good. Okay, I just got some rice going in my pressure cooker. I think we're good to add this chicken in. Okay, some spices. We have some salt, and you know, I'm gonna switch out that pepper for some white pepper. And then some ginger, even though we did that ginger puck. A little bit of coriander. And then onion and garlic powder. And I'm realizing I didn't put this kind of garlic in, so I'm going to do that. And now we just let this chicken cook. And hope that the coconut milk gets here before it's done. We have a nice brown on the first side of the chicken. And this recipe called for tofu. I did sub out chicken because that's what I've got. I don't have tofu. Okay, let's get the rest of the ingredients in here. I am going to just put a little bit less coconut milk than the recipe calls for because I don't have canned coconut milk. Okay, we're going to get in a little bit of lime juice. And then normally in my curries, I add a little bit of brown sugar, but because we're adding the zucchini pineapple, which I'm substituting out for pineapple, because you can substitute zucchini pineapple in any recipe that says pineapple, but the pineapple is sweetened, so I think we'll be good. Add in the rest of these, then we just need to add our curry. And it said 2 tablespoons, so we've got that much plus probably this much. And then I will have to probably thicken this as well once we give it a little bit of time to fully simmer and have all those flavors come together. I also subbed carrots for peppers. Because usually I sub zucchini for peppers, but we already had zucchini for pineapple. Okay, I'm gonna let this simmer for a little bit and then we will have ourselves some lunch and then everything else will be ready in time for dinner. This is looking so delicious. I'm going to give it a taste to make sure the flavors are good and then you can thicken it up with a little bit of cornstarch. Ooh. Oh, that's different. Ooh, I like it. Okay, let's thicken it up. A little bit of cornstarch. Oh, you're crooked. A little bit of water and a different spoon. This is such a nice consistency. Now I'm going to turn the heat off and we are ready to plate up some lunch. Okay. Delicious. It is so hot. This looks so delicious and this is going to be so different. We're doing a Hawaiian chicken roll sandwich type of thing and a curry. These are totally different flavors. I love that, all using zucchini pineapple. Okay, this is very hot, so I'm gonna give it a second to cool off. Okay, hot. That is so good. That is such a unique, different flavor, but yet it's like familiar. I think the only thing that would make it even better is if I had the full fat can of coconut milk, but I'll take it as is. It is so good. I'm gonna go sit down and eat lunch. We still have these out here This has been sitting out for about 15 minutes. After lunch, I'll come and I'll roll it into the rolls. We've only been going for a little less than an hour on the chicken. It is set to high, so it's working on it. So I think by the time we get the rolls rolled out, let them sit and rise, and then it'll be time for dinner. So I'll see you back in just a bit. I just got these packaged up. We have 3 for the fridge after we both ate some for lunch, and then I'm still working on my lunch, but I will put this in the fridge as well. So we'll have 4 more portions. We had 2 portions now, so that was 6, which is great. I also have a whole thing of rice that I'm gonna put in the fridge as well. And after a couple days, if we haven't eaten through all of it, I'll just pop it into the freezer and we'll use it as meal prep. Okay, this has doubled nicely. I'm going to spray this pan. And then the recipe said that this makes 16. So let's do that. This dough feels so good. It is nice and soft. I'm not going to weigh these today, although I can tell here that that's not even. There we go. They'll be close enough. They won't look perfectly the same, but that's okay. Okay. Oh, these feel so good. So I am just kind of tucking this all around itself, pulling the ends all together to one side, and then just giving it a little scooch just to tighten up the glutens. I'm glad I didn't put all of the flour that it called for in it, because this seems like the perfect texture. Now if I have 16, I should have just done 15. How am I going to fit them? We're going to do 15 instead, so I can fit them on this sheet. I haven't made rolls in so long. So I made those hoagie rolls, the sourdough ones, but that was before my trip. So that was in June. I think that was the last time I made anything with bread. Aside from, I mean, I did make those, like, what would you even call those? The Greek yogurt things, but it's not the same as this. All right, these are looking beautiful. I'm going to get them covered and then let them sit for a few hours. Then we will bake them and we will have our dinner with all of the chicken. Here's how this is looking. Let's see, can I touch that? Yep. Hot, steamy. Did you see it? There we go. Barbecue chicken, kind of. All right, I think we're about ready to get these in the oven. I just preheated it to 350, so once it actually comes up to temperature, I will get these in for about 15 minutes. Now this is done. I need to come in here and shred the chicken, but it is shredding so easily. So I'm gonna get in here and do that, and then I will show you everything once it's done. Look at that. Oh, I might not even need to use a second fork. Try not to scrape the bottom too. Looks so good. Actually, let's give this a taste. Ooh, that is so good. That'll be so delicious on one of those buns. Can't wait. All right, I'm going to continue to shred the chicken and get that cooked, and I'll show you, of course, what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, here's what this chicken is looking like. It is so delicious. Here's how I'm packaging up the chicken. I'm just going to put it in the fridge like this, and then we will just reheat it throughout the week to make our little sandwiches. Okay, these look beautiful. They smell so good too. They puffed up beautifully. So I'm going to get a little bit of butter on the tops of these. I'm so excited. These need to cool a little bit before we can try them. These look like they're gonna be so good. These are so soft. Oh, that looks delicious. I'm gonna try that. Dip it in some of the butter that spilled. Yep. It's certainly delicious. But thanks so much for being here for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new and haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you. I will post a link to some other zucchini pineapple recipes over here, and also how to can the zucchini pineapple if you're interested. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.